What's up, everybody? It's your boy Reese. Welcome to another episode of Sit and Talk. Y'all already know what it is. We got your boy Robby Jerome, aka Rob Fetty, in the building tonight. What's going on with you, man?
What it do, man? What it do, big dog?
Man,
Cooling like a fan. Can't get no cooler.
Yes, sir. So what's been going on with you? You in Arizona now, right?
I am in Arizona now. Been here for about 8 years now. Uh, Beautiful place to be.
Okay.
If you don't know now, you know. Weather is great majority of the time. In the summertime, it get hot. But hey, we appreciate the rest of the time. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Before we jump in, I just if you don't mind, for this episode, we just gonna do things a little bit differently.
What you got?
Looking at the times that we in right now, man. 2020 has been one heck of a year. So the acronym that I'm gonna use for the shit that we talking, right, is
Okay.
gonna be sharing hope in tough times.
Sharing
If
hope
that's
in
okay
tough
with you.
times.
Yeah, I figure, man, maybe through the questions that I'm asked today and just through my journey, that somebody might, man, find some hope, that they can hold on to, man, because it's rough right now and it's crazy, and I definitely want to be of some sort of encouragement, man. Most definitely.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we can rock with that. Today's episode, folks, as y'all heard from your boy Rob, sharing hope in tough
In tough
times. We're gonna
time.
replace
Yes,
that with
sir.
the shit. So I'm cool with that. That's good, man.
There we go.
So
Most definitely.
let's start off with growing up. You from St. Louis, right? Now I see you was born in California, right?
Yeah, man. Born in Cali. Don't know much about Cali, man. I was just born in Cali. My mom, my biological mother, unfortunately, she's been on drugs since, as long as I can remember. And I've never met her, but I was born in Sacramento, California. My dad raised me. He was in the service, and he's from St. Louis. So I grew up in St. Louis. I'm St. Louis, STL all day.
Okay.
You did?
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what was it like growing up here in St. Louis?
Man, for me, man, I grew up on the south side of St. Louis. On the south side,
Southside.
um, shouts out to the south side, first of all.
Right.
Between the
What
south
area?
side,
What area of
I
the
was
South
on
Side?
I was on Rutger, man. Always on the 2600 block of Rutger. I actually stayed up the street. I was the kid that stayed up the street. So 2600 block was a great. And I'm not even gonna let me unquote that because them is my dogs, them my big homies and all of that come from that area. So
Okay.
that's where I was at with all those guys. And I lived up the street in the good houses. So I was the kid that lived up the street. So even the big homies sometimes would be like, Rob, go back up the street, boy.
Right.
You rapping and
Right.
So I was the one that they look like, hey, bro, you doing something. You doing something
Right.
positive, man. But I was still down there trying to shoot, craps and hustle and all of that,
Yeah.
and which wasn't for me. You did.
Right. Right.
But
That's cool.
growing up on the South, man, you know what it is. That's St. Louis. So growing up on the South was I was into the same little knucklehead stuff. You know what I mean? Trying to steal cars and uh uh wanted to sneak out the house and
Right.
be around the gangsters and all of that. Running from the police when they come for no reason. Don't know why you running. Just you know.
I already know. Cause
Yeah.
I grew up on the South Side too, all over Chippewa and Grand over in that area. You know what I
Yeah. You
mean?
was close by me. You was
Yeah.
close by me.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I know all about that area. I mean, I ran through them streets. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you had spoke on and you say you don't know nothing about your biological mother.
Uh Man, and God bless her, man. I did get to talk to her about 4 years ago. Was the
Uh-huh.
first time that I spoke to her on the phone. I've never met her in person. Like I said, my mom's been on drugs her whole life,
Yeah.
and so to speak, still to this day, you
Yeah.
know, in on it, dealing with it, trying to get off of it. That was the thing that I got from her when I finally did speak to her 4 years ago. Unfortunately, we couldn't stay in touch because if you know, I'm pretty sure you know anybody that's on drugs, it's hard to have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So, you know, she would fade away, you know, and come back, and just been that kind of relationship. Only time that I ever really, only thing I knew about her as a kid was one time when I was maybe 9 years old. She told me about some presents that she was going to bring to me or ship to me, and I never received those. And it's funny how we can hold on to those things, you know, like that was the only thing that I could remember was not getting those presents and whatnot.
Right.
And you know, you think like, yo, man, did that really affect me? And as life goes on, you see that you look back at it and like, wow, like that did, I held on to that.
Yeah.
So I was able 4 years ago, man, to let that go, and you know, let her know that I love her and that it's all good, and let her know that, you know, I was thankful that, you know, that she wasn't able to hold, or she didn't try to hold on to me as a
Right.
kid, you know,
Yeah.
because I could have ended up in some really bad situations and whatnot.
Yeah, that's tough. And I've been
Yeah,
through that
yeah.
same type of that situation before. You know, you just gotta make do what it do, man. And
Oh yeah, you can't be a victim, man.
right, absolutely. You know, and you know, I seen that in your bio that your father, you know, married what was her name? And also I checked out your video. Her name was Sheila Jackson.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Sheila
I see
Sugar
she played a
Jackson, man.
big part of your life.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shouts out to the moms, man, that you know, that don't have to raise a kid that's not you know, necessarily their child, but they step up to the plate to do that. And shouts out to the fathers too that do
Yeah.
that, you know. My mom was just extraordinary. Sheila Sugar Jackson. That's what they call her, Sugar. She ran the daycare, man, and all the kids called her Sugar. But
Okay.
extraordinary woman, man, and she was always that one that'd tell me like, "Oh, I like that, Rob. Oh, keep going,
Yeah.
baby." Like she was always just in my corner with whatever I did when it came to the music. So I was always pushing. You know, before she passed away. You know, unfortunately, she passed away in 2003, and
Yeah.
you know, from a brain aneurysm. And before then, though, she was just always, you know, very motivating, man. And I used to tell her like I was gonna do that like for her.
Right.
I was gonna keep doing the music. You know, as a kid, you like, Mom, I'm gonna buy you this and I'm gonna buy you that and I'm gonna do
Right.
this.
Right.
So it was always, that was like motivation for me, man. So today, even now, that's what keep me going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I do it. You did.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Miss Sheila, man. And
Yes,
may
sir.
you rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
So when did you actually, at around what age did you actually start, you know, trying to rap and everything?
Man, dude. uh what's so funny is the first rap I ever wrote was a gospel rap, right? That was
Straight?
the first rap that was the first rap I ever wrote when I was like 9 years old. Me and my cousin Nate, he was Nate a drummer still to this day. He's a drummer. And we used to go over his pop's house all the time. And one day we were getting ready for like you know, they had the kids like performing at the church. I was
Right.
going to Cornerstone Baptist Church on the north side, on the west side, and I remember just you know, writing my little joint. Watch out for the devil, you know he a hater, like some
Yeah.
old, you know, nursery rhymes or whatever.
Right.
But I remember doing that and getting in front of the congregation and just spitting that thing. That was the first time I really rapped. But as far as really tapping into it, man, I don't know if you remember, bro, like the Tommy Tucker showcases and whatnot. They used to have these, Tommy Tucker used to have these talent shows all around the city, and they was called like City versus County talent
Yeah,
shows,
I
and
remember
you
that.
know, all of that. And me and my dog, we used to, you know, we got into the talent shows, and I remember, you know, us getting on the stage as kids, and We won that joint. And to
Right.
us, that was a big deal. And that really fueled us, man. And my boy Karan, he was definitely he was a
Karan
producer
Bolden,
at the
right?
time as a kid. And Karan Bolden, man, Karan Bolden, yeah, my boy.
He
He
doing big
was
things. He
making,
doing big things too.
oh man, he doing big things. Shouts out Karan Bolden for sure, no doubt. But he was doing making beats and all of that, man. I would go over his house. I used to spend the night over his house all the time. Karan was the one that had Karan had the Tommy Hilfigers and the chains and the J's and all that when we was a kid.
Yeah.
I ain't have none of that,
Yeah.
So sometimes I borrow some of Karan stuff, you know what I mean, just to look
Right.
fresh and fly at school. So,
Yeah.
but we used to get into he the one that really got me rapping, man. He the one that really put me on that rapping, man, and it was dope, man. We never stopped since then, man. Of course, ventured off into different things and whatnot. So if he tell you that he don't rap no more, he lying, man. He still be rapping and whatnot. Even though he like the mayor, man, he still be rapping, dog.
So a lot of people don't know, man. I'm about to play this little song real quick. A lot of people don't know that this right here, this is you. Can you hear that? Yeah.
Nah, they don't. They don't know.
A lot of people don't know, and that was
they
featuring
that was
Fabo,
me
right?
and yeah. I had a group and now she got that God. You had to take an O out of that thing. You feel me? You had to take an O out of that thing. So she ain't got that good no more. She got that God. You feel me? Proverbs 31. No, you did. But no, man, dude, I remember, moving to and just even the backtrack, I was, me and Karan was always doing things in St. Louis. We had the Erica joint, Erica, but then the Lou they
call it Erica,
and that was really our start to really, saying, hey, man, we could probably do something with this thing or whatever.
That was hot.
From there, grabbing a singles deal with Def Jam at the time, back then, but anyway, fast forward, moving to Atlanta, I linked up with my homie Jay Nix, good friend of mine, and I had he was taking me around the city at that time, dealing with different producers. Back then, man, I mean, we it was Mike Will before he made it. That, no pun. No pun intended. No pun intended.
Right.
But seriously though, like he would introduce me to all of these different producers, Bangladesh, just all these guys, Justice League, all these guys I was working with at the time. And out of that, I forgot who made this kid named Lil A made that track, made that beat. And I wrote that record, man. And Nix was like, man, yo, I think we got one. And I said, well, hey, let's put Fabo on it. We put Fabo because at the time, they had the Laffy Taffy joint,
right?
Which was hot. I think at that time though they had to tat it up, tat that joint, and we was like, okay, cool, let's throw Fabo on it, and man, it really took off in the South. And that was the first time that I really got a chance to really experience touring around like in a region and backdoor getting a few thousand a show, and that's the first time we really got a taste of some success in music for real.
That's what's up, man. Speaking of Jay Nix, do you I know he's still in Atlanta, doing what he do, and everything like that. He lost a little weight. He out there working out and all type of stuff. I see you got fit and everything like that. You still talk to him?
Yeah, man. That's my boy, man. That's love, man. That's love for life, That's love for life. That's my dog. He doing his thing, and I'm always he's one of them guys, and I am as well. Like we feed off each other. So if it's something that he doing in life and he want an opinion on it, if it's musically, like he values like my ear, I always value his ear. So we shoot stuff off each other all the time. and let alone we just good friends. You know, I know his family and everything, man. So it's always love right there.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna take it back, you know, to your younger days and stuff. You know, I remember when I first met you, all the way back at Advanced Promotions. You know, when it used to be right across the street from the from Northwest Plaza.
Northwest Plaza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Northwest Plaza, when Northwest Plaza was banging and everything like that. So I remember I
Yeah.
met you back then. You had the dreads and all of that stuff, and we used to everybody else working, we all get up, go in the back of the alley, and y'all was having like a little freestyle, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
battles. You know, back then
Yeah.
I think it was another guy. I think his name was Lawrence.
Vic Damone, man.
Yeah,
Vic Damone, my dog,
yeah,
Vic Damone, you know, with the All Stars, you know, at the time, man. Yeah, we used to go back there, and it was another one cat. I forgot his name or whatever, but he went off into doing like promotions and things like that eventually. But yeah, man, we used to be back there, didn't we, bro?
yeah, man. It's
There.
tight, and it's tight how, you know what I'm saying, stuff work out, you know, for different people and everything. And then I
Yeah.
guess kind of, you know, everybody went their separate ways and stuff like that. Then I end up seeing you again in Job Corps. Tell me how you ended up
Mm-hmm.
in Job Corps, or why you wanted to go to Job Corps. Because when I seen you in there, it seemed like at that time you was like focused on something, and you was trying to get your mental, because everybody, what people don't know is at Job Corps you got people coming from different cities, you know, different hoods, you know, all type of, you know, different parts of the
Mm-hmm.
country and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it can get ugly in there. You know what I mean? If you run into some cats that's, you know what I'm saying? So tell me, what made you decide to join Job Corps?
Man, in high school, you know, I just played around in high school, man. I wasn't you know, I was a smart kid, you know. Uh, but when I was, you got, let's remember, you know, I was on the radio at 16 years old.
Okay.
Um, we was driving to school, you know, we was going to high school with an Explorer with TVs all in the dash, and polo jackets, with the big puffy polo jackets,
Yeah.
and you know, we had at the time we had vans with our faces on the thing. You
Right.
know, we had vans which was pulling up to Job Corps as well. But you know, this is how we was like moving around in high school. So we was very distracted, man.
Yeah.
We was very distracted, and it just got to a point where in senior year, just like, hey, you know, me and Karan was just like, man, you know, we out of here. And
Yeah.
we ended up just going to I believe Karan went to a different program, and I tried that different program and didn't work for me, and I needed something that kind of hold me a little more accountable or whatnot, should I say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also at the time, excuse me, at the time wanted to get out of my mom and dad's place too. I
Right.
didn't want to be, you know, I was just a hard-headed kid, man, and being gaining some success within the music. I thought I was I didn't know who I thought I was,
Yeah.
man. I remember
I
my
get you.
dad even telling me, like, boy, you who?
Right.
Boy, you robbed who? Boy, you robbed that need to go in there and wash the dishes, boy.
Right.
Like, you
Right.
know, so I just had the big head, man, and
Yeah.
I just said, okay, well, I'm gonna go to Job Corps and do my own thing. You know, that just was my mentality at the time. And getting in Job Corps was a good thing for me, man. Some of my homies was you know, I became like president of the dorm at that time, within the dorm that I was in,
Man,
and
y'all
I had
had
uh
the best y'all had the best room up in there, man. God damn, y'all had
yeah,
everything.
the PlayStation and that joint,
Man,
all that.
everything,
What was they
man.
called it? They called it the honor room or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But I had two of my buddies, you know, that was in that room. with me that, man, and it's funny how God worked things out, man, because, you know, it was cats that was jealous of me, you know, that was there, but these two guys, shouts out to Nafi. Shouts out to Nafi. He if you don't know, you know, he doing his thing around the city or whatever in St. Louis musically and whatnot. But Nafi was man, he was like, dude was like you wasn't messing with me. Like, you just wasn't messing with Rob, because Nafi wasn't having it and Big Tim wasn't having it. You know, they was representing, they wore a lot of red. They wore a lot of red, and I hung out with a lot of guys that wore a lot of red at that time. I probably was the only guy that didn't, you know, that wasn't you know, a part of it like that. But you know, you wasn't fooling with Rob in there, man. So it was definitely I had protection in there, man, and you know, the Job Corps was crazy, bro. That was a crazy time, man. Crazy time. I seen so much just crazy stuff that went on in Job Corps, man.
Yeah, man, I remember.
So you know, God be the glory for being able to get out of there successfully and get my GED and you know, go about my way.
Yeah, because you know, I remember a couple of times cats coming up into our room and they ain't leave successfully, you know what I mean? But that just shows you how, you know, cats will try to test you, you know what I mean, and step up in your room or meet in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of stuff that went down, you know, in Job Corps that people don't know about. But I would say, I honestly, I don't know how it is now, but I would recommend it, you know, to people that need, you know what I'm saying?
Because on that end, they had some good. Yeah, because they had some good leadership in there too.
Yeah.
You know, beyond the kids and whatnot, and that was in there trying to run things. You had some really firm, you know, leaders that was teachers and you know, all of that was just like, yo, we here for the kids and we really standing on what we believe in. And they taught us, man.
Right.
They taught us for sure, man. They made sure we got through that thing.
Right.
That's for sure.
So I want to talk about your father being shot 5 times. You know, where were you at that time when that happened, and how did that make you feel?
Man, dude, man, I want to say I was in the house, man. I want to say that I was in the house, but it's so much of a blur, and I always get my mom, because my mom passed away, Sheila, you know, she from a brain aneurysm in the house, and I always get those two events because they were just two crazy events, and I always get them kind of, you know, blurred or whatever. But I want to say I was in the house, or I was close by, or whatever the case may be. And I just remember my sister telling me, you know, daddy got shot, my daddy got shot, my daddy got shot. And, you know, man, bro, like, that's my dad is my dog. That's my man. That's my man's, you know, for real. And I didn't know what to do, bro. All I can remember is just being angry, being in the house. I went to go grab a strap. You know, I knew exactly where to go grab a strap, grab my pop strap. I started, you know, I'm going outside. My sister like, Rob, you know, she grabbing me and, you know, fortunate enough, you know, and that's why I always say, man, to God be the glory, man, because he was protecting me once again from, you know, doing something stupid and just losing my mind or whatever. So my dad, he was at that, you know, he was drinking that night. You know, some guys tried to rob him or whatever on the south side in front of the house, and that's how he ended up getting shot. And my pops just always, he ain't going for it. So, you know, that whole just situation led to, you know, the guys, you know, shooting him. And man, praise God, man, because my pop survived. You know, my pop survived. Man, you know, you think he Tupac Shakur now? Like I said, you know, but he good now, man, and that situation was very tragic, man. You don't know that these things affect you until later on in life. It was so
Yeah,
crazy. You don't know, like, but childhood trauma is a real thing. And I
absolutely.
encourage anybody today, man, that if you ever have dealt with anything traumatic in your life, like, it's okay to talk about it, and it's okay to get some help, and it's okay to get, count therapy or whatnot. Like, let's believe in that. Let's make that a thing to get therapy or to talk to somebody about what you're going through or what you've been through,
Absolutely.
So for me, man, I've to the glory to God once again, that I've been able to talk about these things, write these things down, put these things in my lyrics and whatnot, and it has helped me, see past that and not become a victim of it,
Gotcha.
feel like woe is me and, oh, look what happened to me. Like, I won't be that guy.
Gotcha. Absolutely, man. You got a real good story going on. And yeah, that's crazy, man. So
Yeah, man.
so you signed, you did a deal with Def Jam. How did that work out with you back then?
Um, Back then, man, we didn't have much to really. We wasn't bringing like a ton of things to the table, but it was a great learning experience, man. At the time, Kevin Lyles was in office, and I believe he's like the president. Him and Leo Cohen or something like that. I can't really remember that far back, but I remember we were dealing with a guy named Dave Sherbo that saw us and, well, it put us on this mixtape in St. Louis. He put us on the mixtape, All Stars, uh, and the Young Boys at the time. And they flew all three of us groups to Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and we performed in a showcase for Shaka Zulu, which is a manager, which was Ludacris manager at the time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we performed in front of them, and we got the opportunity to just, to get in front of some key players, man. And they really liked what we did, the performance that me and Karan and J Nix we put on. And from there, we ended up getting a singles deal, which was, it pretty much says like, hey, if you do this, 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 and this, then we'll do this, 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 and that.
Right.
And we had we chose a record called Too Many People in the Club at the
I
time.
remember that.
And yeah. So, we was on BT Uncut and all that, and we had the little spikes on MTV here and there. And we had the record was playing in a few different places around the country. But young, didn't, the only thing we was worried about was where the girls at, what the chains, what the money. We just wanted to be some stars and whatnot.
Right.
We weren't really focused on the right things. And man, just I always think like, wow, if we really would have had that like back then,
Mm-hmm.
talk about being a good steward of what you have.
Right.
Yeah, we would have blew that, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we just, man, we didn't. I don't think we thought it through thoroughly, and I also don't think that we were in a fair situation, should I say? Being kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
I
you
got
look
you.
back on it. Yeah, now you look
Right.
back on it.
I got
Whoa,
you.
okay, somebody, where did the money go then? Okay,
Right. I got you.
so yeah,
So
that was that.
what ended up happening in your life, man, that made you transition from rap and the dread? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the dreads and stuff like that, but what
Yeah,
made you transition from rap
to
over
Robby Jerome.
to God, and giving your life to God and things like that?
Yeah, man. Oh man, I'm a because I can go, man. I'm gonna say this. Living in Atlanta, man. That was when I was Rob Fetty, and I had the record out that good, featuring Fabo. And I was lit, man. I was lit, riding on foes and had the big iced out watch on my wrist and the grill in my mouth and the dreads. And, I had this ego, you know, this ego that, you know, I come to the door, you know, hey man, what man, go get your mans. I know your mans, you know, I'm getting in. I ain't listen, man. Like, you know, had that I was proud, just full of pride. Just an ugly person, man. I was an ugly person, man. And at the time, Willie Moore Jr., P Dub, him and Karan was doing some touring with him at the time, and I want to say Willie found God, in which Karan got influenced through Willie, and Karan used to call me all the time and be like, bro, like this what you gonna be doing, bro. This is what you're doing. God is gonna change your life, bro. You're gonna be better. Da 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 da. We gonna open up a studio in St. Louis. We're gonna be impacting the kids. We're gonna be doing this and that. And you know, at the time it was just going in one ear and out the other. I just used to always get in trouble, man. I used to always get in trouble in Atlanta, and I wasn't a bad person. Like I wasn't doing no crazy stuff. It was just the things that was happening. I could without a doubt tell that I had a call on my life. I could tell for sure that there was a tug, there was something that was pulling me in an opposite direction of what I was trying to do. Like I knew it for sure. So one day I gets locked up, you know, I might have been in jail for like 30 days. Something real stupid, man. I'm talking about like, let's just say at this point I was already on probations and whatnot, like having to go see a PO. And I took my girl's car, drove down the street. She called the police. They locked me up for grand theft auto, bro. Grand theft auto, right? So this is the kind of silly stuff that would happen to me though.
Right.
So I'm like, I did not steal no car. I ain't, you know, I'm like, wow, like, yeah, y'all really trying to. So, and even though she was outside saying, hey, no, I don't want to press no charges on them. I don't want to press no charges. They say, we do. We want to do it. You know, we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up. Right. Okay, wow. Took me to jail. I had to sit down. I remember Karan always telling me, you know, just read the book of Matthew, man. Read the book of Matthew and get to know who Jesus is, man. Bro, I'm telling you, you got a call on your life. What I found out was, man, that you know, in the Word of God it says, few are called, many are called, few are chosen. I was part of that chosen people, man. Without a doubt, a part of that chosen people, you know. And when you are a part of that chosen people and you come into the knowledge of God and who He is, there's no turning back from that. You know, you'll go through life struggling very hard, you know, if you try to keep moving forward without submitting to the call. And I just remember saying, and while I was in jail, I was reading Matthew, and in Matthew there's a lot of promises. And to paraphrase, it was basically telling me, if you do this, and this, I will do this, and this for you. I ain't know. I'm Rob, man. I ain't know, like, people know me, like they know I ain't no crazy person, no weirdo or nothing like that. So if the change that happened to me, you got to know it was something that I experienced for real. Like I had to have an encounter for real, because I'm the type of person that would take that and say, okay, well, if you lie, I'm not going to believe it then. And I'm just going to do whatever else I want to do. I'm going to keep, you know, living how I want to live. So I prayed, bro. I prayed and I told God, I said, God, if you get me off of this, I'll give my life to you. And dog, I stood before the judge. The judge said, Mr. Jackson, and at this point, I think this was because I was on 2 probations, and I had ran into a situation to where our officer said I tried to fight them and whatnot. So they hit me with obstruction of justice and disorderly conduct. So that's why I had to do the 30 days. And I remember going in front of the judge after I prayed this prayer. And he said, yeah, man, remind you, I'm shackled on my hands and my feet like I'm a criminal, bro. Right. And I'm not even like I said, I'm not a bad guy.
Right.
Get to the judge says, he yawned, bro. He yawned like, yeah, Mr. Jackson, nobody showed up. You can go. Everything's dropped. So I remember me saying what I said in the prayer that I made. I said, I could blame this on coincidence, right? I could just say it's a coincidence. It could be a coincidence. Remind you, I was on 2 probations. You know anything about how that go when you on probation and you're locked up for a substantial amount of time? You're violating.
Right.
You're violating probations. I went in. When you get fingerprinted out, they're going to tell you, hey, sir, go that way because such and such county needs to come get you. Need to pick you up because you violated probation.
Right.
I fingerprinted out, bro. The man said, all right, have a good day. Got out, found out that my probation officers, 2, they were like, yeah, we just, it was just a delay. Like they let it, they just didn't, for some reason,
right.
So man, I accepted it, man, and I knew that the calling was for real. That was on my life, man. I knew that it was for real, and even since then, it's come to show to be very accurate.
That's what's up, man.
Man.
That's some deep stuff, man. So
yeah, man.
By you at it, that hit you and stuff like that, and you start giving your life to God and things like that. I guess that's what and I'm pretty sure you still like the music and singing and things like that. So that's what transitioned you to doing Christian rap.
Yeah. What was funny was when I first gave my life to God back then, which was like 2008, maybe 2007, 2008. I dipped right off into poetry.
Okay.
And this what also solidified the route that God was taking me. My second poem that I wrote, which was right after, like I wrote my first one, and then maybe a week later I wrote my second one. I sent my second one to Jay Nix at the studio, just sending it to my boy.
Right.
He was at the radio station at the time, and at the time it was a guy named Coco Brother who was a big gospel radio guy, BET show host as well, and he had a show in Atlanta on Praise 102.5, I want to say it was, and he got a hold of my poetry, called me up to the station. This is me fresh in Christ, bro. This is me fresh in giving my life to God. God started showing me where he's gonna take me. So I ended up going to the radio station, that it was a call like from Nick's, like, hey bro, Coco Brother, love that joint, bro. That poetry you spit, man. Hey, he wants you to come up to the station. Come up to the station. Long story short, I'm praying for people over the airlines. Fresh, bro. I'm like,
right.
God bless you. Hope it works out for you.
Right.
Things like that. And he invited me to a stand campaign, which was this big, you're talking like 70,000 people in a dome. And here I am, this kid, fresh in the faith, with my CDs pressed up, because I'm like, I got to get some material. I got to get some things pressed up. So I had my poetry and all that, and I'm backstage with Israel Houghton, Canton Jones, Paul Morton, Travis Green, just all these big names in the gospel. And I remember just being backstage like, how in the world did I get here?
Right.
What am I doing? What am I doing back here? Like, and from there, man, he just continued to just show me, man, like,
bless you,
where I'm gonna take you. Get familiar, look around, get familiar. And he allowed me to see some things, man. A lot of people think that, that being a Christian or being in the gospel, like, that you're supposed to be this perfect person or whatnot.
Right.
And it's not true. That's just not true. And get people off that pedestal like that. Take people off that pedestal, because, he allowed me to see that everything wasn't peaches and cream, behind those doors and whatnot that I saw. you know, but he showed me to keep my eyes off of people, you know, keep your eyes off of people and make sure you focusing up, you know, and it helped me to this day to where now, you know, I'm not a victim of that. You know, a lot of people out here be getting church hurt, see stuff that happened in the church, all the pastor that he did this or hey, keep your focus.
Right,
so
off of
yeah,
people.
man. Yeah, bro.
People.
Yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
that, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So I got a big question for you.
Here you go.
That I heard you talk about. I can't remember what I seen it on, but I heard you say this.
Yeah.
So the big question is, I heard you say that you were practicing abstinence. Are you still doing that, or is that over with? You still doing that?
Oh yeah, man. Oh
So
yeah, 100%.
How long you been doing this?
100%. I'm gonna say this because people try to size me up and all of that. I can tell you that it's been over 3 months of me practicing abstinence, man. And what I can tell you is that the best thing that I could have ever done, man. A lot of times, man, you fight this battle, you know, being a man, man, and coming from what I came from and dealing with, you know, I was a hot boy, you know what I'm saying? I was a hot boy. And people got different demons that they deal with, right? And one of my things, you know, I lived in Atlanta, I had the dreads and whatnot. I'm Rob Fetty. I was, you know, and to be quite honest with you, there, you know, I did some things, you know, I did some things and whatnot. And so my demons was real, man, was real. And I had to really fight to get in the position of freedom, of freedom. And when I say that, like, it wasn't easy, you know, it wasn't easy to do. And still to this day, you know, I have to combat this thing all the time, but it's the best thing that ever happened to me, man. When I tell you that a lot of people don't see the fullness of God and his power, because it requires the fullness of you. It requires the fullness of you. So when you do play the fence and whatnot, and let me also say, if I was to ever mess up, don't run around saying, oh, he wasn't supposed to.
Right.
You know, let's get that straight.
Right.
But what I can tell you is that, just like the word says, do you sin knowing that grace will abound? Do you sin knowing that because God is so good, do you just, oh, forget it, I can do it because he loved me so much? No, we ain't moving like that. So I've gotten to a point of maturity within my walk because I want all of it. I want what's for me. I want the wife that's for me. Right. You know what I mean? I want the blessings that are for me. I want my call. I want to walk in the fullness of my calling. I want to walk in the fullness of my purpose. So I don't want to be delayed any longer. You know, when you don't move to when you don't hold yourself accountable, you begin to delay yourself. And I don't want to be delayed, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Like, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man, practicing abstinence, man. Like, so I've gotten to a point.
I was gonna say, like, so practicing that, like, what does that is this to prove something, or what does it do?
No, man. First of all, your body is and I'm not gonna go all the way, you know,
cool.
You know, spiritual with it or nothing like that. But what I can say is, man, your body is the temple. I'm a man of God. Like I'm a real man of God. I believe in his word and every bit of it, like every bit of it, you know, so I can't pick and pull from it, you know, and with me believing in all of his word tells me that my body is that I should be a living sacrifice, you know, that I should present my body as holy and what his word tells me that. So, you know, you wouldn't go on you wouldn't, you know, take a test and read the book and then not believe what's in the test book, you know what I mean? And then, you know, like it's just like that, man. And more than anything, man, I love God, bro. Like I genuinely love him. Like I genuinely love him. I thank him. He's my savior, you know. So I want to be pleasing to him. And one of his mandates, one of his things that he requires of me is to do that. And another thing, man, like, I want a wife, man.
Right.
I want a wife. Like, we see so everybody's screwing around.
Yeah.
Everybody's screwing around. That's easy.
Right.
Have some self-restraint, have some self-control. Then tell me that you're big and bad.
Right.
Tell me you're big and bad when you fighting that thing. Like,
right.
and let me say this. I go to the gym, bro. I go to the gym. You know what I do cause her what? Megan Good got what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion got a song out now. What's it called? Body yada 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 yada. Shorty's in there, what I gotta do, bro. I gotta grab. So I run with purpose in every step. I am not just shadow boxing. Train my body like an athlete, do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself disqualify. Okay. It's I fight too. I fight for this, man. I fight for it. And I believe that God is gonna bless me because of that, man. I believe that God is gonna bless me because of that. So
that's what's up, yeah, man.
That's crazy. I knew you was gonna ask me that question too.
I gotta get that in, man. I gotta see where your mind at with that,
no doubt, man.
Because that's hard. That's hard. That's hard. Man. You gotta be.
We men.
You gotta have that mental. You gotta be strong.
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yes, sir.
Every day, and then carrying something so powerful. The anointing is. Women think that's sexy, man.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna make it even harder for you. That's what. But hey, kudos to you though, bro, man. Kudos to you for being able to do that. I'm married, so
there you go.
I'm
my
good.
My man. Hey, I'm trying to get there.
Hey, you gonna get there, man.
And until then, I'm standing on it.
I got you. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So you got a new single out called Jesus Juice.
Jesus Juice. Yeah, man.
Tell me about that.
Sip. Man, Jesus Juice. I recorded this album, Saved by the Bell, some time ago, actually. And I've been through my ups and my downs with my walk, with God, and on baby milk, should I say, at the time. Still searching, trying to find myself, trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got to a place where God was able to say, well, once I got to a place when I can hear God clearly, because like you talk about, going back out in the world and going crazy. Like, even though I was saved in 2007, 8, man, let's be real about it, man. Like, I went nuts when I got to Arizona.
Mm.
I went nuts. You talking about, all the pool parties, all of the lit situations, big lit, or what I thought was lit, and when you have a calling on your life, when you're called, it was just one of them things where I had to. It was like I didn't get back to God like off of, oh, I'm broke, I ain't got, like, oh, I'm hurting. It wasn't that for me. Right. It was the lack of purpose.
Right.
Like, I gotta have something that I'm doing it for. Right. I gotta be walking in my purpose in order to feel it. So getting back to it, I picked that album back up, which was a blessing, man, because during, I got to see over the years, I feel like the album that I'm re-releasing, should I say, and I'm gonna just say releasing because a lot of people don't even, they've never heard this album before. Releasing is called Saved by the Bell.
Okay.
And it's gonna be on all streaming platforms. The full album real soon. Make sure anybody that's watching this lock in with your boy, man. Like Robby Jerome _ on Instagram. I'm pretty sure my Facebook will be on this joint. Because the album, I have I have some fans that love that album, man, and they really got with me, man, and pushing me to like, hey, pick that thing back up, man. The world need that. The world need that. And one thing for sure, man, when it ain't just your partners and all of that telling you that your stuff is dope and
Right.
yada 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 yada, or even like yourself, like inviting me onto the show because you believe it's something that I need to tell people or
Right.
whatever the case, like stuff like that happens because people think that you got something.
Right.
People think that you got something. And for me, I had to pick that thing back up, man. And we just shot the video for Jesus Juice.
Dope.
Shouts out to the team. Shouts out to my cousin Nate.
I like it.
Just put the.
I like it.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, bro. We shot the video for Jesus Juice. Shooting another video today for one of the joints off the album. And yeah, be looking out for it. Jesus Juice is actually available now, though. All streaming platforms. They can go check that out. For sure.
Jesus Juice off the album Saved by the Bell. So when are you gonna let that pretty dope video, release? When you gonna
let it go?
Yeah.
I'm about to stop being so strategic with everything and let her out the bag, man. Right now we do have it with a few outlets that are big outlets. So I was just kind of trying to get that solidified. So we can put it on a nice scale to put out for the people or whatnot. But definitely in the next I say weeks, man. Like if not weeks.
It's a dope video, man. I really appreciated it. I ain't gonna say too much about it because I don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
But
I had to show you. Yeah,
I liked it. I definitely liked it, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Last question of the day for you, Rob. The album Saved by the Bell. What is the meaning of that?
Saved by the Bell, man. Saved by the Bell. While many would go straight to high school with the whole screech and all of that. The bell is symbolic of his mercy and his grace. And for me, man, I'm saved by the bell, man. Saved by the bell. His mercy, his grace. His grace is what came and got me, and his grace is what continues to keep me. And I'm so thankful for it. So I wanted to be clever, at the same time. And I'm always playing off of words, just how we played off of sharing hope in tough times.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm always playing off of words. Saved by the Bell. That's one of my little things I did with that, man. So.
And you say, is out now?
No. We're gonna put that full thing up, man. And it just if people following me, you're gonna see when we come with it. But be expecting it real soon. Most definitely.
Right. Cool. Jesus Juice out now, right?
Jesus Juice out now. It's gonna be other records that you're gonna see that's gonna go up for streaming as well. That people can go and stream and check out too. I know I got the Fresh Freestyle that went crazy online or whatever, went nuts, thousands of views and 80+ raw, authentic fan comments. Saying that they loved it and that they, they were so excited and happy that I'm back on it and doing what I'm doing with the music. And I'm excited, man. So go check that out too. That Fresh Freestyle for sure.
I'm excited for you, man. Go ahead, drop your social media name so we can make sure we plug you in with that and anything else that you need.
No doubt. Like I said, man, Instagram, Robby, ROBBY, Jerome, JEROME _ on Facebook, my alias, Minister Society Sharif. If you don't know, and you ain't never seen the movie Minister Society, that's how I'm moving and that's how I'm coming, man. I'm out in these streets trying to preach. Minister Society Sharif, you dig?
Appreciate that, my brother. Well, I thank you for coming on, man, to sit and talk, sharing hope in tough times.
In tough times.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate it, man. And you welcome back anytime you got something going on, my bro.
No doubt, bro. And God bless your podcast, man. I speak that thing gonna spread out to everywhere, man. And people are gonna be encouraged, motivated. They gonna laugh and all that good stuff, man. So I love what you doing, bro. I really appreciate you having me today, dog. And we gonna, you know how we do and how we been doing. You know, we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
keep going up.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, bro.
All right, my brother. I'll holler at you, my man, and congratulations and good luck on your video shoot for today.
My dog.
All right, bro. I'll holler.
Sipping on this Jesus juice.